Alright, I was a bit too harsh, I admit it. The second devlog for the game was all about why I chose to do everything by hand instead of doing it with procedural generation. But instead of just explaining my intent and making my use case known, I shit on procedural generation a bit too much, and a lot of you didn't like that. That wasn't my intent, it's just the way it came out. So, in this short video, I'd like to get further into it and explain in more detail why I'm choosing to do it all by hand, as opposed to generating all or even some of it. So, here goes. The year is 2004, I think. I'm a little kid playing Dungeon Siege 1 on a beige Pentium 4 computer and blasting James Blunt over probably the worst headset ever made. I live in South Africa. Most of you probably don't. It's a very different place to the US or Europe. The thing is, gaming is a great equalizer. Doesn't matter where you are, who you are, or what you do. We can all experience the wonderful, mesmerizing realms of games. There was a certain aura to it at the time, and yes, I am getting old. While I do believe that aura has mostly been diminished, I don't believe it's gone completely. There are still some games that have that flame of authenticity and original wonder. Realms crafted imperfectly yet perceived with such awe. Wow, this video is getting away from me. What am I even talking about? Anyway, back to Dungeon Siege, or Oblivion, or even Gunman Chronicles. These experiences, and many more at the time, had a certain feeling to them that I just can't describe and haven't really felt much lately. Most modern games just don't have that essence. Maybe it's age, I don't know. Although this feeling I'm describing and trying to remember was mostly found in fantasy games, it wasn't bound to any one genre. It could be found anywhere, in games, music, and movies alike, across any genre. In this modern age of content saturation, that essence has dwindled. And that's just it. That's why I'm doing this by hand. It sounds silly when I say it, but that's it. I'm trying to recapture that flame, reintroduce true wonder and awe. Not in some massive showcase AAA $1 million way, just in a small unique dungeon delving way. I'm not saying I'm going to make the best and most unique dungeon-based fantasy game ever. I'm just saying I'm going to try my best. Now, I'm not saying that this essence is exclusively reserved for handmade games and that generated experiences can't also capture this feeling in games. I'm just saying that personally, I haven't experienced it in that way. Maybe it's ignorance. After all, I don't play many games these days. I especially don't play many procedurally generated games. So perhaps my opinion on the matter isn't that important anyway. I have played some, and one or two of those have impressed me, like Deep Rock Galactic, but here's the thing, it didn't capture me. It didn't have that essence I've been talking about, at least not for me. I played it for around an hour, and mainly only because my friend wanted to. Yes, each run was different, and each environment had a different layout and different combat situations, but it still wasn't all that fun, nor that unique to me. So, look, maybe it's just preference, but I think that's okay, because if I can't make my game based on my preferences, I probably shouldn't make it. I think some of you will agree with me and some won't, but that's okay too, it's necessary. It means we all have opinions and differing ideas of value and fun, and I think that's important, because that's what drives different genres. My game won't be for everyone, but I don't think it should be. It isn't Fall Guys or Among Us. So, with another rant out of the way, let me take some time to share what I think is good about procedurally generated games and what gives those systems value. Firstly, prototyping. I think these systems can be amazing for testing purposes and for figuring out the kinds of environments you want in your game before you actually make them. They work well to instantly design a number of differently styled areas that could be great for situational testing and for figuring out which areas you like and dislike in your game based on those generated environments. Secondly, as many of you mentioned, it's a good starting point for hybrid environments. You can set up generation in such a way that it generated editor-based areas that you can then go and transform manually into your liking and create custom areas with a generated base. This use specifically has a lot of value for many developers. Thirdly, saving time. For some games, this style of design is really the only option. Some games don't have the capacity in development to create custom environments based on deadlines and/or philosophy. For some games, it offers a great time-saving value and fits in well with the systems that they have made for the game. A game that comes to mind for this is Valheim. So, these are the main aspects of value for procedural generation in my eyes. It is just my opinion. And look, they do offer a fantastic value, if done correctly. That's something that not many people consider though, is that some games just won't work well with these systems, and that it takes real skill to do these systems well. Skill that I don't necessarily have, as I've never done this style of design in my 12 years of game design. Like I said, for some games, they do offer a great pathway to level design. And if I were making a game like that, I would have no qualms about using these systems. For this game though, it just isn't a good fit. If I were making something like a 3D party-based mining game or a farming game set in 2D with a massive world, I would probably use these sort of systems. And hey, I still might in the future, just not on this one. So, that's it then. I hope I have explained why I'm not using these systems better this time around. I understand the value of procedural systems, and I see many use cases for them, just not this one. The channel has been growing steadily as of late, so thank you all for interacting. I hope to keep you coming back for more. Also, thank you for the discourse and for defending your viewpoint so staunchly. That sort of passion is exactly what the gaming space needs. There are millions of us, and we all like different things, which is exactly how it should be. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Until next time, keep delving.